imminent. Go throw them knees up in the air.
9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
It's the SFL Nights it's the SFL Nights with AJ Striker, with AJ Striker. It's the SFL Nights it's the SFL Nights with AJ Striker, with AJ Striker. Ashley Jackson about the action. SFL news, come and join with interaction. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, you will leave with satisfaction. Yeah, tell your team and tell your captain. Come and tune in, new episodes weekly. You can tune in from your room in afternoons, and when the moon hits, it's unique. It's the SFL Nights it's the SFL Nights with AJ Striker, with AJ Striker. It's the SFL Nights it's the SFL Nights with AJ.
What's up, SFL Nation? Welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. Really appreciate it, y'all. And look who I have here with me, my good friend, Mr. Nathaniel Diggs. How are you doing, sir?
Good. Glad to be back for another episode.
Hey, I'm glad to have you back, man. Glad to have you back. Great show. We have a great show planned tonight. We have our semifinals round that is taking place. But before we go over all that good stuff, you and I are going to have a great conversation about the SFLm and the great happenings that are going on down there. Going over some scores and, giving our feedback on that. Then we're going to head over to my semifinals interviews that features one member from each team that will be taking place in those games that are coming up. And they will include Mr. Yates IV, defensive tackle and captain for the Baltimore Vultures, as well as Ivory Erving, their wide receiver. I'll also have Mike Percoco, coach over in Vancouver. I will have Lone Star Glory's Greg Soto, offensive coordinator and wide receiver for the Lone Star Glory. And then I will have Louisiana's own Mike Ryan, aka Tyler Falk, strong safety and content creator, I must say that, for the Louisiana Revolution. So it's going to be a great show. Can't wait to hear what these guys have to say, and let's get right into it. So SFLm action included this week. Well, first of all, it's week 2. Great games. There were a lot of lopsided games, I should say. And here we go as follows. On April the 29th, the Albuquerque Adams took on the Annapolis Navigators, where Annapolis won 23-3. And it's very unusual to see Albuquerque only scoring 3 points. Also on the 29th, the Lincoln Rattlesnakes took on the Lexington Miners, and Lexington won 20-3. What is it about this 3? Also on the 29th, the Ottawa Cavalry took on the Madison Lynx, where Ottawa came out victorious, winning 10-6. And then the San Jose Flight took on the Tacoma Grizzlies in a hard-fought battle, closest game. Second closest game. 20-25 in favor of the San Jose Flight. So, Nathaniel, before we actually dive deep, what is your overview of these games that happened?
The overview of the games was, I'm just going to go ahead and say it now, you win. You picked the game of the week, and it was the right one. Mine wasn't as exciting as yours was. So, 1-0. We'll see who picks the one this week.
No problem, man. I've been watching a few. I've been watching, and you can tell. But then again, it is about luck too. So I think I kind of lucked up with that one. But we'll see.
I was on the verge. I said it was a close runner-up. So.
You did. You did.
Still won.
You sure did. So the Albuquerque Adams and the Annapolis game. Now, Albuquerque had only 76 yards passing, 66 yards rushing, 142 yards of total offense, which is unheard of for me watching these games since season 1. For that particular ball club, they only scored 3 points in the first quarter and nothing else. They had 4 turnovers. Annapolis, on the other hand, had 143 yards rushing, 208 yards passing for 351 yards total, a touchdown, in 17 points in the second quarter and 6 points in the third quarter brought it up to that 23 margin, and only 2 turnovers. So, not really reminiscent of the Adams that we've seen in the past, is it, Nick?
No, it's not. But Annapolis is just built different. They've been good for many seasons, and it says something for these coaches for them to be able to continually do that every season. With the draft class getting taken out and having new people come in, and especially with the amount of new people that we have in for this draft, and they're able to continue to be effective. It says a lot. And those 2 wide receivers for Annapolis, Avery and Rigo De Niro, had a great game. I can't remember what the exact numbers you said, but it's a rarity. And if you watched it, it probably won't happen again for a while. To hold a team to under 100 yards rushing and 100 yards passing in this league, that's a feat.
Indeed. You said De Niro, wide receiver De Niro and Avery? Kai Avery?
It was Rigo De Niro and Kai Avery for Annapolis.
Yeah, I see. Kai Avery had 3 receptions for 16 yards, and looks like De Niro had 6 receptions for 89 yards. Very, very effective. And shout outs to you guys for the effectiveness. Warren Darby also had 9 receptions, 55 yards, and a touchdown, for Annapolis. And then we're going to give some shout outs to Albuquerque as well, because I kind of like doing it. I like to try to give everybody a little shine, whether you win or lose. We got for the defense on Albuquerque, Don Fletcher coming up with 3 tackles, 6 assists, pass deflection, and an interception, where Dante Graham, strong safety, had 5 tackles, 3 assists, and 1 interception as well. So, valiant efforts. It's just it panned out for one and not the other. But Lincoln,
they just couldn't get it going.
Exactly. This is just week 2, guys. Don't be discouraged, please.
Hey, everybody has a bad week.
Indeed. Any given Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln Rattlesnakes. Now, kind of similar. Well, not so bad in the passing percentage, where Lincoln Rattlesnakes had 206 yards passing, but only 31 yards rushing, in comparison to Lexington Miners' 255 yards rushing and 101 yards. 255 yards passing and 101 yards rushing for 356 yards total. Lincoln scored their points in the second quarter and nowhere else, with 2 turnovers. And Lexington had 14 points in the first, 3 points in the third, and 3 points in the fourth. So what did you think about this one?
Well, I'm just kind of surprised still with Lincoln. I think they had a good mix of run and pass in there. They just got to figure out what's going to get them rolling. I don't think anybody kind of expected the start for them to be 0-2. But they also went up against a good team in Lexington. Lexington's another one of those teams like Annapolis that's good from season to season. And Lexington, they've got some better overall players, but with Lincoln, I think they got the more depth. But at the half, like you were saying, for it to be 3 to 14, I mean, it was a pretty good defensive game both ways. To be able to hold it to that score. Yeah, it looks worse than what it is when you see the numbers on paper. But I mean, the thing that got me the most in that game, was at the very end, when I thought Lexington was gonna just run that clock out and let it go, because they kneeled in victory formation, and then kick that last second field goal for that extra 3 points. I was like, oh man, that's salt in the wound.
Always. Shout out Lottie Lou, wide receiver with 11 receptions, 148 yards. Awesome. That's for the Lincoln Rattlesnakes. Also, shout out to Frankie Custer, strong safety with 8 tackles. Sabato Cannon, linebacker, 9 tackles, 2 assists, 1 sack. Right? Looks like y'all over there doing some work over there. Also, Kados Maximus, defensive end, with 2 tackles, 2 assists, and 1 sack as well. For Lexington, let's go ahead and give them some kudos. Let's see what we got here. Got cornerback Dion Lane Barney with the interception. 26 yards. And Forrest Dalton, defensive tackle with 4 tackles, 1 assist, and 2 sacks. All right. Looks like he's going to be a quarterback's worst nightmare. And he's just getting started. So, all right. Next up, the Ottawa Cavalry. Now, Ottawa took on the Madison Lynx, and Ottawa had 139 yards passing, 97 yards rushing for 236 yards total. They scored their points in the third. They scored their points, 3 points in the first and 7 points in the third, whereas Madison Lynx had 157 yards passing, 58 yards rushing, 215 yards total, scoring their points, a field goal in the first, a field goal in the second, and that was all. So, what are your thoughts about this game? Because it looks like Madison held the ball a little bit longer, with a couple minutes. They were able to convert fourth down at least once. So, what do you think was the key to their win?
Ottawa. Madison improved from week 1. I think they were able to do a little bit more with the ball, convert a little bit more on the downs. They're still tinkering, trying to figure out what's going to work best for them. But that defense does keep them in the games, just like the same stories last season. I don't think the defense is to the level of what it was last season. I think it's a little bit short, talent-wise than what it was. But that'll come with progressions. So this defense that they have, it's good now, holding people down. It's only going to get better. So by the mid-season to the end of the season, I think Madison will have, if not the top defense in the league, one of the top defenses in the league. This offense, though, we got to figure that out. Now, it was held close. You see a score like 10-6, and you man, that's boring. No, it was eventful. It was a good defensive game. I mean, it was it was 6-3 at the half, and Madison was actually winning at the half. It's just if you can't get that offense going, then you're just going to stall out, which is kind of what they did, and try to stop the bleeding and keep them from scoring as many points as they can. One weird thing I saw in there during that game was the fake punt. Did you see that?
I did.
The fake punt that went like way back and it was crazy. There was a lot of other cool stuff in there. I mean, there was a blocked kick in the game. I think Madison blocked the kick, and then you had the I'm trying to think at the end. There was another a blocked field goal at the end too. I mean, Madison had plenty of opportunities to come away with this game, especially at the end.
Right.
They had another chance. They got the ball back with enough time, and I think their record will get better from here. Just like I said, Ottawa would turn it around this year, which they're on a good roll. We'll see if they can continue. I think Madison, it may be another week or two, but they'll turn the ship around too.
Indeed. You have plenty of time to. Shout out Dwayne Samson's running back, 19 carries, 98 yards, 1 touchdown, 24 long. And then shout out to Josh Neal, strong safety with 9 tackles. And Robert Vale, defensive tackle, had a sack, 2 tackles, 2 assists. We shout outs for Madison Lynx being, let's see what we got here.
You got Chet Maverick and Ty White and
Young Volt,
Nick
free
Slim.
safety. Yep. Free safety, Young Volt, 8 tackles, 1 assist. Dope. All right, last game was San Jose Flight taking on the Tacoma Grizzlies. Both teams are very high-powered offenses. Obviously, with this high-scoring game, in comparison with the rest of the games that took place, San Jose Flight, 246 yards passing, 115 yards rushing, 361 yards total, compared to Tacoma Grizzlies, 453 yards passing, only 40 yards rushing for 493 yards. So still very effective gameplay for both ball clubs. San Jose Flight, though, scored their points in the second, with 10 points in the second, 3 points in the third, and 12 points in the fourth. Whereas Tacoma scored their points, 3 points in the second, 10 points in the third, and 7 points in the fourth. Time of possession very, very close with maybe a minute or so difference. What do you think was the key to San Jose Flight pulling out that win? Because it was very close.
Yeah, it went exactly like you and I said on the last show. It was going to come down to whoever had the ball last, or whoever did the not commit the one big turnover. Tacoma had an interception there at the end, which was kind of a heartbreaker. To have it that close, 10-3 at the half. You know, San Jose is up 10-3 at the half, and then they fought so hard all game, Tacoma did, and to get that final drive and to be able to move down the field and to get the offsides call to keep you rolling and get another set of first downs and to convert on a 4th down, and then to get into the area where you're this close to the end zone and you might win this game, and to throw an interception. It was, I felt for those guys and girls. I felt for them. So it was exciting until the end. I'll say that. Yeah. It was San Jose gives up the yards in the air, but they dish it right back. And I think San Jose is going to continue to air this thing out until somebody stops them.
Indeed.
They don't take their foot off the gas.
Indeed. Shout-outs include Jay Viper, wide receiver with 9 receptions, 53 yards and a touchdown. Terrell Cooper, wide receiver, had 9 receptions and 124 yards with 1 reception. I'm sorry, with 1 touchdown. Okay. Fullback, Nathaniel Riviera. Woo-hoo! Love you. All right. He had 2 carries, 7 yards, and a touchdown. For those that don't know, Riviera is on the Arizona Scorpions, but with this 2-way contract, he's still able to participate in the SFLm minors. And if you want more information about that, please visit our website, www.simulationfl.net, for more details on that. But also shout out to Jay-Z Bacon, running back. It looked like they were just getting off over there. 15 receptions, 108 yards. I mean, wow, it's crazy, man. On the defensive side of the ball, you had Peter Warbonnet, cornerback, having 3 tackles, 2 assists, 1 pass deflection, 2 interceptions for 28 yards. Bryant James, strong safety, 7 tackles, 4 assists, 1 interception, 27 yards. And Adam Chance, linebacker, 9 tackles, 2 assists, and he also had a tackle for loss and a pass deflection there. On Tacoma, let's give some shout outs to T the Queen, wide receiver, 9 receptions, 193 yards, 1 touchdown. Absolutely impressive. Shane Coffin, wide receiver, 10 receptions, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown as well. Oh yeah, y'all making a name for yourself over here. I like this. Orlando Graham, free safety, 7 tackles, 3 assists, 1 interception, 14 yards. Yeah, man. So great stuff.
And a couple other ones was for Tacoma was Angelo Maldonado getting the 6 tackles, 2 pass deflections, and the fumble recovery. The awareness to go back and pick that ball up. Oh my! And then a big one I liked was for San Jose was that defensive tackle Luis Negron. Is that how you say it?
Let's see.
He had 3 tackles, an assist, 2 sacks.
Yes, Negron.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Absolutely, man. Coming up here making an impact. You know, that's our motto. You can definitely prove it on the field. You definitely have a spot in the majors. I'm telling you that right now. Moving on to week 3 pickups that will take place on May the 6th. And the goes as follows. Tacoma Grizzlies will be taking on the Albuquerque Adams. In my humble opinion, Albuquerque has a hill to climb. And as confident as I once was, I think that they still have they have new pieces. They had a lot of people that were drafted. So you have to make those new pieces through progression work. And I think when they have that grand scheme of things down, they would be more effective. But right now, I'm thinking that the Tacoma Grizzlies are going to take this win. They just seem to have their team build seems to just mesh together really well right now.
Yeah, the team chemistry that they've got, they, like you said, they all seem to be meshing. They're on a roll, so we'll see if it continues. And I don't know if Albuquerque's figured out what's really wrong yet. Maybe, like I said, with Madison and their offense needs another week or two, and then we can revisit that. But I agree with you. I'm gonna go Tacoma.
Gotcha. Annapolis Navigators will be taking on the San Jose Flight. That's going to be a good game. And I think that the San Jose Flight will win, even though the Annapolis, my Navies, I like to call them, are on that upward swing, I believe, as far as getting their offense together. I think San Jose is just hot right now. If their offense is off, their defense is going to get you. So I think Annapolis is going to have a fight, but I'm going to go with the Flight.
Okay. I still think that game it'll be a pretty high scoring game. I think, just like we just saw last week. What I'm curious to see is how some of these people step up to the plate in regards to defense. For Annapolis, Dom Matz had a big week last week for them defensively. I want to see how, Tyson Thorne and Dom Matz and even, Teddy Riley, I think it is, step up in this game against a team that's really going to put some pressure on them through the air. And
well, with Brady Squarebush is going to definitely attack the ground game too. So San Jose Flight will have a fight on their hands. Definitely.
Yeah. I think it's hard to go against Squarebush, but I think I'm gonna go with San Jose on that one too.
Okay. Lexington Miners will be taking on the Ottawa Cavalry. What do you have? I think Ottawa's still looked at as an underdog, especially against Lexington. So I'm gonna pull for the underdog on this one and keep rooting for them to have that big turnaround year that I was saying was gonna come on. So I think I'm gonna pull for Ottawa. Okay, sounds good. I think I may join you in that. Lexington does have a very strong ball club, though. They did win last week. 20 points. They were able to score 20. It's hard to say because, like you said, any given Sunday, anything can happen. But it's just who has the most dependable offense at this point for me. And I think, honestly, I actually think I'm going to go with the Lexington Miners on this one.
Oh, you probably should have stuck with your gut. First
Right.
instinct. That's like having the big test and changing your answer right before you turn it in and you fail.
I know, but I might, but then I may not. So we're gonna see.
You can switch it up. I'll let you do it.
No.
I'll let you go back on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, my thing is, yeah, like I said, they're kind of looked at as the underdog, but I mean, look, they held Madison to 6 points. I mean, they need to work a little bit on their offense on Ottawa, but I mean, they also held Lincoln to 13 points. So the defense isn't a joke over there for Ottawa. And like I said, they just got to fine tune a couple little things. But I think they have enough talent to pull it out, and they've already shown what they can do against a team like Lincoln, who was talked up before the season started, and has pretty much a full roster. They've got depth. They've got a bunch of users at each position, and they played well against them. So, like you said again, yeah, any given Sunday or game day, but I'm going to stick with the Ottawa.
Hey, gotcha. And lastly, the Madison Lynx have taken on the Lincoln Rattlesnakes, and this is also going to be a great game to watch. But what are your thoughts first?
I'm gonna roll with it again. I'm gonna pick Madison. I think this will be a low scoring game. I think it will. I don't know if Lincoln has figured it out, and Madison defense has done enough to keep them in games. I'm curious to see what they pull out of the bag coming up. They did kind of spread it around a little bit more in between, Duncan and Adrian Ellis and a couple other stuff. So if they can keep a good mix of run and pass, which was more effective in this game, I mean, they rolled a little bit better. We'll see what they bring out, or if they fall back to the heavy run game and rely on that defense. So like I said, I'm just going to play it safe with this one and say a low scoring game, because both teams really have something that they need to work on and aren't quite there yet.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you on that. I do believe that it's going to be a low scoring game. But I think if Kenny Slider can make sure that he connects with each pass. I mean, he only had one interception last week. Went 21-36. I was looking at his receivers. If he can get his receivers the ball, I think they have a really good chance of scoring or of winning this game. Logan Lee is also a valuable commodity with the Lincoln Rattlesnakes, and I think this week I'm going to go with them. I think, to your point, with the underdog, so to speak, they would be considered the underdog in this game. I think I'm going to go with the Lincoln Rattlesnakes because of that.
One thing with Lincoln is, King Jackson. If they can get his his catching up a little bit, he would be dangerous. He's just had the drops, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not talking down. It's just as your player progresses, the catching and stuff will go up. But it's rookie stuff coming in, and that'll improve. But if he could hold on to some of those catches, he'd be amazing. But if he can get that going this game and hold everything thrown his way, it might go in Lincoln's favor.
Hey, well, we're gonna see who's right about this. We're gonna see who's right about this time. All right. Who do you think is gonna have? Who's gonna be the game of the week? The most interesting, the closest game to watch this week?
Oh, the closest game to watch this week was the one we just talked about.
Madison and
Annapolis and San Jose fight.
Yeah,
that'll be the game of the week.
Yeah, I agree. We'll see if we're right.
And
Nick?
I think the second place one we'll do. I'm gonna say Lexington and Ottawa. Just because I think I think Tacoma is gonna outmatch Albuquerque too much to be that second tiered game of the week. So I think the one that compares the most to give it any competition would be Lexington and Ottawa.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Once Adam starts getting some wins in the column, I think people be a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, definitely. But all right, everybody.
So can we set the rules out? You won last week.
Mm-hmm.
So since we picked the same one, since I picked first, I get the win this week if it goes right.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
So it can be even. All right.
We'll try to beat you by the end of the season. Have more pick right.
You could try, but I doubt you will succeed. But everybody stay tuned for my semifinals interviews with one member from every team involved. See you soon. All right, everybody, as you can see here, I have my semifinalists right here. We have, first off, Mr. Greg Soto, representing the Lone Star Glory. How you doing?
Pretty good, Ashley. Thanks again. I thought, last time we talked, I wasn't going to come back on for another 3 years or 3 seasons. It's been only 3 weeks. I mean, your hair changed and I got a beard. This is too soon. It's good. We won. I'm back because we won. But I wanted to wait at least 3 more seasons to come on the show.
I figured, man. So I did the chia thing, and you did the chia thing, and we both broke together. I love it, baby. I love it. Next up, I have representing the Baltimore Vultures, wide receiver Ivory Erving, and defensive tackle Chef. Always mixing it up, and captain of the defense. First off, Mr. Sharon Yates IV. How you doing? I was going to mess that all up. I do that to you every time. Every time.
But it's good though that you do that. Every time you do that, then we on the championship show talking to you. So keep up the good work.
I didn't realize that. How you doing, Ivory?
Oh, I'm blessed as always. It's good to be on your show. It's good to see your face, and it's good to see one of my teammates here, the Chef.
What's good with you, Willie Clutch?
Nothing much. You know how I do it. Hashtag won't he do it?
Won't he? Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Next up, representing the Vancouver Legion, I have Mr. Mike Percoco. Mike, what's up?
Dressed. I'm doing good. Man, it's. I think the last time I was on here is when the Lakes won the minors. So I haven't done any interview or anything since then. So yeah.
Y'all trip me out. Wait, hold on. Stop right here. Y'all always trip me out because first of all, you guys have my DM information just like everybody else. I think most of y'all have my phone number. So if you want to be on this show, you know how to reach me. Okay? It's 2 ways. I tell y'all you're welcome to come back on anytime. You think that's just me lying? You can come back anytime you want to. You don't have to have me a formal invite. Hey, Ash, I want to come on and chill with you. Cool, brother. Right here.
You done yet?
Yes, ma'am. But Ashley, you know me. I'm always about my grind and I'm always working. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go. I'll do better next time. I'll be on the show a lot more. But you know how I'm doing. I'm always putting in work.
That's true. I know you. But Mike and Ron and Tyler and Greg, Well, Greg, actually, he was on recently, so he gets a pass. But go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. I'm ready for it.
You sure that you could add more if you want to?
No, I'm good.
All right. Yeah, no, everything's good. Besides getting reamed by you 5 seconds into the show. It's just stress. It's gonna be a rough weekend. So we'll move on from there while I think of the latest things my coaches have dumped upon me. So
Gotcha. And representing the Louisiana Revolution, Mr. Mike Ryan, aka Tyler Falk, aka 2 and 10. What's going on, brother?
Oh boy, already 2 seconds of introduction. I can't let that go. I'm sure the guy to my wherever Mr. Greg Soto is over in here, we got everybody is just just licking his chops, ready to say one more thing. But I'm doing okay, Ashley. Had a chance to go out golfing earlier today, and had a pretty decent round in studying for the Air Force test, studying to maybe make staff sergeant this year. But we'll see what happens.
Okay, congratulations, man. Do your thing. I wish you the best of luck, of course.
Thank you.
Indeed. You any good with the clubs?
Hit us some pretty decent shots. I holed out from about 24 yards with my 60 degree, so I'm thinking I'm doing okay. Didn't end up with a whole lot of birdies besides that one, but we'll take what we can get.
Indeed. All right, gentlemen, welcome to the show. I want to thank y'all so much again for being here. Let's get right into the good stuff. So all of you have made it to this point, and I want to start off by saying kudos to each and every one of you and to all of your teammates, respectfully. You guys did and coaches, definitely coaches. You did everything that you needed to do to be here at this point. And it's a special moment. And I want all of you and all of your teammates to enjoy this ride, no matter if this is your last stop or if you take it to the end. You all deserve to be here, and kudos to each and every one of you for your journey here. So let's start off with the, quote unquote underdogs of the season. We're going to start off with Lone Star Glory. So what is your take on, again, Greg, on the season up until this point?
It worked out the way I thought it was going to. We going into the season, we looked at what we had and our schedule, and we're like, you know what? I think we can go 9-3, 8-4. We really thought that in the locker room. So being here right now, I'm not too shocked. I'm not too surprised. I really thought that, we could probably be at that 9-3, but 8-4 is fine. My thing is I just want to get to the dance. That's all. It's that's what I said last week. I just want to get to the dance. Once you get to the dance, it's Bo said it best on Eddie's show. On any sim weekend, anything can happen once you get into the playoffs. So we just wanted to get here. We missed it last season. We were 6-6. And the year before, my first year there, we went 7-5. We went to the playoffs, but we lost in the first round to Baltimore. So it was just, we wanted to get back to it. And I think we had a good team. The coaching staff was gelling. We figured we would get stuff together this season, and I definitely became more confident. Charles became more confident in me, and just completely being hands off, which is nice. It feels good. It feels good to be here, and I don't think we're done yet. So just very happy to be here with these gentlemen here, and I'm kind of taking it in a little bit. I had to fire up some old school hip hop. Been listening to some Wu-Tang, some Cool G Rap and DJ Polo to get my juices flowing while putting the playbook together. A little bit of Nas actually today helped me out throughout the day, pick out some plays. but yeah, feels good. Feels good to be here. Everybody's excited in the locker room. We can't wait for Saturday at 2:30.
All right, then. Good stuff. What's the scoop over there in the Louisiana? Over there down in the bayou.
Over the bayou, Mrs.
Yeah.
Mrs. AJ? Well, first off, we are very happy to be here. We're happy to be in the semifinals, and we are very stoked with how we played versus Charleston this past week. 45 points, the most points we've scored all season, and it was an entire team effort. That's how it's been this entire season. It hasn't just been one tailback, it's been all three. We saw a whole lot of Cam Collier against Charleston, about 10 carries for the fullback this past week in the victory. Again, trying to get everybody involved and continuing to try and revolutionize the run game and make sure that it's difficult for our opponents to project what we're going to do. And for the defense, the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Interceptors, we've done pretty well this season. Tank Bennett and Mike Ryan and even Arthur and a host of others out there, Dante Grimm in the backfield as well as the nickelback. We've got a solid group of guys in our locker room, on the field, day in, day out. We put in the work. Everyone's happy to be here. This against Baltimore, easily the toughest challenge for any team over the last couple of seasons. I have so much respect for Baltimore. The entire revolution does. We have so much respect for these guys because we know they know their stuff. They know that 9 times out of 10, they're looking to come in each and every game and win, and they know they can do it. It's almost like Russia back in the early 60s and 70s, the hockey team. They would go in, they would control the game, win the football game. Last couple of weeks of the regular season, last couple of seasons, I should say, pretty rocky. All of a sudden, they come right back in the playoffs. It's like they just picked up right where they left off. They completely dismantled London this past week. They are a fantastic football club. We have nothing but respect for these guys. We are going to give them all that they have asked for and then some. We're going to try our darnest to get the win. We think we have a good idea of what they're going to bring. We have a good idea of what we're going to bring. It should be a whole lot of fun Saturday evening.
All righty then. Mike, what are your thoughts on your season up until now?
The season? Oh, it was a good season. I mean, you only have one loss and somehow managed to beat Baltimore for first place. That's a good season. Especially, I think everyone at Baltimore will agree that it's the more players that we add to rosters, and as more player retention that we have, it gets harder and harder every year to actually get that perfect score. So the fact that we had one loss, and I'll repeat it. Robert Redford went down on the first drive in that one loss, and it went to overtime. Thank you for kicking Charleston out. It was a good season. So, but it doesn't really matter until, we get past this point and then the next point. So, So, but you guys too, before we move on to everyone else, I just want to say, really proud of Arizona and what they did in the last couple of weeks. They really bounced back, and those wins were big wins against big teams, and that kind of defined their season, as well as you guys really didn't have a losing season in my eyes, especially after those last couple of wins. So
appreciate that, Mike. I really appreciate that, brother. We tried, man. Brings us to Baltimore. Tell us about your season.
Well,
which one?
I'll go first, Chef. So I think one word I can use to describe how our season went is adversity. With all the changes we've had in key positions as far as running back, for us to be resilient as we were is nothing short but of amazing. As a team, as a core group of players, we're used to adversity, but this is the first time I've seen, where, with the change that we had, we still had a very good record. I couldn't be prouder to be a part of this team, this locker room, and this organization. But I'm continually amazed at the coaches and management that, it's like chess pieces. You can take one in, take one out, and as guys come in, they continuously get better and better. And that's why I really love this organization, this team. And a lot of people were just so hesitant because we just kept winning. We didn't set a goal to win every game. We set a goal to win every game. We weren't looking to have the perfect season. We just wanted to win because that is just our focus, just to win and to win it all.
All right, Chef.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just a little tired. I've been up since about 4:30.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Thank you for being here, Chef. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm an older man, so it happens. The Vultures, I love them so much. I've been and I say this all the time, since my first season, we've been in the playoffs. I mean, we haven't won them all, but we've always been there. I'm gonna save my excitement till the game that we play against Louisiana. I wish them best of luck. I wish everyone the best of luck. But you know me, I always have an ego. I always have a chip on my shoulder. I'm gonna always do that. I represent the Baltimore. Oh God, Vultures with pride. I love them so. We're going to do this. We're going to win another chip. I love the offense. I love the defense. I love our whole team and our whole organization. To the rest of the teams out there, to be a champ, you got to beat the champ and you got to do champ shit. This is what we do. This is how we live. This is why we keep our retention of all our players, because we're a family. If you come in with anything other than being a family, we will destroy you. We love to eat kitty cat meat, and that's what we did to London. Who's next? We do love eating horse meat too, so bring it on. We scavengers. We have no love, but we love everyone, and we're going to win another championship. That's all I got.
Shoot, that was a damn no. You dropped the mic on that one, didn't you, bro?
You already know what to expect with me, so
that's why you went last.
Absolutely.
All right. So I guess, wow. All right. So what's the overall vibe now in the locker room? What's the conversation like? How hype is everybody right now?
Our locker room stay lit. I say it every time at halftime, we're going to be lit. We talk a little bit, we readjust. We have the best coaches. We have the best scouts in the league because we're the champs. This is what we do. We stay up on it. We talk to each other. We console each other. We even talk to our coaches. We say how we want to make our man move. They're always going to come at one of us, whoever is the best. So we always talk like we're going to be the best. No, we don't expect to lose. No, we don't expect to lose. No, we don't expect to lose. You better beat us because we ain't going to beat ourselves. That's how our locker room stay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, great. Well, Tyler, I see you unmuted. In rebuttal to what was just said, or you want to go ahead and let us know what the locker room is like?
No, it's Baltimore is fantastic. They've been a family, but the Revolution we are also a family. And if they want to talk, if you have to be a family coming in, I compared Baltimore to another red team, to the Russian Red of the 60s and 70s hockey team. If you guys want to play that role, then we'll play the 1980 Miracle team. We'll play the USA. We'll come into your house. We'll give you all you want. We'll come to your house and we'll play hard.
We expect nothing less.
Okay. Greg, you want to get in on this, dude?
That's fine. I mean, I'm fine with what Ron is saying. I mean, I'm a South Florida, Miami Hurricane fan. Swagger's always in me, so I speak his language. So I think Ron and I would get along just fine. I have to tone it down a lot in this on these interviews because you'd have to put NC-17 rating on your show if I wanted to talk the way I really wanted to talk. But no, our locker room's similar. We are hyped up again. I try to tone it down a little bit. But yeah, I tweeted out earlier. Vancouver's getting straight ether on Saturday. The pine box is ready. So this is a different team. We're a different offense. We're a different defense. If my player doesn't get hurt, I truly, honestly believe we do not lose in Vancouver earlier in the season. It's a different ball game. I'm so in tune to what's going on. And again, I'm just gathering data, though. Something that Ron said about and Ivory said about their team. I'm if it isn't for our scouting. To me, our scouting is what gets us where we need to go. I just gather the data, and make sense of it. And same as Charles, once he gets his data, and James and Albert, same thing. Once we gather that data, it's really my end as an offensive coordinator. I'm just a data collector, and then just make sense of it and put it together and put it on the field, put it on the playbook. But yeah, we're hyped up. We're constantly talking. Everybody's been talking all week long, every day. And just to be down, against Sioux Falls, 21-7. With 30 seconds to go in the half, and then on players return, and then after that, just kicking it off. I get a sense that I really truly feel about the team, and we're just hyped up. We are down right now. I mean, I also close to Ron's age, if not as Ron's age, and it's 11:18 p.m. So, and I'm trying to keep my emotions down because the daughter and the wife are sleeping already. But yeah, I can't wait. None of us can't wait till Saturday at 2:30. And like I said, I can get petty sometimes, so I have a receipt for Vancouver. Baltimore beat us early in the year. I have a receipt. Hopefully I can show them that receipt too later on in 2 weeks. And that's how I truly feel.
Yeah, y'all had a chip.
And I can see Ron appreciates that,
Absolutely.
You had a chip, though. I mean, a lot of people definitely painted you guys as the underdogs, including Tyler and I. So I definitely understand why you are so passionate about it.
It's all good.
And Mike,
it's okay. Look, it's okay. It happens. I mean, you got to put a record on somebody.
Tyler, I would never do that again. I promise you, I would never do this.
It doesn't matter what anybody else says. I'm probably gonna make a 2-10 prediction in season 19, and that team's probably gonna go all the way to the semifinals too. And
I do know that Tyler's not gonna. I do know that Tyler's not going to give LSG a 2-10 prediction next season.
We have to wait to see the schedule. Probably not, though. Probably not. No, I hate to make
see the schedule. How dare you?
Let's just see wherever all the chips lie with all the 4 new expansion teams. Let's see what's transpired with those guys as well. So.
Indeed. And Mike, before I let you guys go, what is your take on the pine box? They got a pine box ready.
See, here's the thing. It would have been a much more competitive game, I think, if Greg did not go down in that game. I mean, he is their number 1 wide receiver. They do have 4 wide receivers, and probably about 5 to 6, 4 to 5 wide receiver sets actually came out that game. So I don't know if that was part of their game plan was not to run those wide sets. I mean, they're definitely in there. They should have came out on, third and long. But I doubt the AI was sitting there adapting, saying, oh crap, we don't have Soto, let's not run this play. And however, he is really talented when it comes into returns. But again, I think Fennec had like a 75 kick return. So I'm not really too worried about him going down and what happened in the past. The thing for me is really, you can tell this is a dogfight, because not only Greg, but players on our team have low value animations that they're picking up this week. And there's only one more week of progression, meaning that both teams are so hungry that their players are not getting high value animations at the last week of the season. They won't be getting anything. So I think that shows a testament to what these last 4 teams come down to. We all got biased. There's a reason the 4 of us are here. And I would have worried about playing any of these teams, and I would have talked smack about any of these teams as well. So yeah, I'll enjoy the pine box. LSU's got to win sometime.
All right. Last question for y'all, because I know y'all's tired and everything. Why do you think your team should take home the ring this season? Now, Baltimore, y'all gave me some really good points already. I'm not sure if you even have anything left to mention, so I'm gonna let you go last. I'm gonna let y'all think about that. Ron probably made all the points. I don't know, but yeah, I want to start off with Tyler. Why should Louisiana win the championship, win it all this season?
Why should we win the championship?
Yeah, why should you win?
Any team is going to say we should win the championship, but you have to back it up with what we've got. We have a huge family, a huge support system with everybody. We've had adversity ourselves, right? We've had to reestablish our 3 wide receiver system. We've had to bring in Adam Banks midway through the season to try and fill that slot. He's immediately made an impact from what we want him to do. We have a rotating back system that has given any other team fits. We have the FBI. We've got a very diverse and very deadly defensive backfield. On our day, we are as good or even better than Baltimore. So why does the Revolution get a championship? It's time that another team besides Baltimore gets one. It's time besides another team, Florida, Denver, the perennial teams that have gotten a couple of championships in the past. It's time for a little town called Homa to get a little bit of that championship glory. It is our time. It is our time to take the glory. I hate to say it, Ashley, but you're muted.
That would help, wouldn't it? But Mike, tell me, why should Vancouver win it all? Thanks, Ty.
If you're someone who's out there and you're tired of playing half of Vancouver, who has been here for a very long time, and just want all of us to retire, and for Andy probably to be more quiet and take a step back, you'd probably want Vancouver to win. So I'll go with that. But I mean, the big reason is behind me is a lot of this work started when Rich passed, and that's the thing is we're still doing it for him. We have Kendra and Gerald and Curtis and all these big voices in the SFL, and the reason we have them is because of Rich, and that's why they're here, and that's why they've stayed so far. So that would be it. Root for 86, at least once.
Gotcha. All right, Soto.
Well, for us, it's a little bit extra meeting too. We have a couple people retiring. Possibly some more changes. Anything happens in the off season. I want to do it for some certain people that are on our team. Similar to Tyler said, and I think the reason too, before I keep going, is I think all of the 4 teams, we all have a family atmosphere in all of our locker rooms. Like, we're very active. It seems to be like the resounding message from all of us here is that, our locker room's like a family, and I really want to do it for them. And to be honest, a little bit of swagger, I think it's our time. I think a couple of us are figuring out the coaching aspect of it. We feel that our trajectory is up, and it's just our time. And I would like to get it, I would like to get it for those that are not going to be coming back next season. If they could ride off into the sunset with a championship, I feel that my work has been done on that aspect. And then on to next season and collecting number 2. I really do feel it's our time.
Okay, gotcha. And lastly, the defending champs, Baltimore Vultures. I'm start with you first, Ivory.
Well, that's a great question, Ashley. The reason why we should get it all this time around. Well, bottom line, we are a better team than we are last year. Especially last week. This should prove how much of a better team and how much of a solid team that we are. I went down on offense after making my debut as a punt returner, but then you had guys like Mac and Cheese, to come in and step up, become the number 1, and you had Danny Holder to come in and get some work. Then you had Lloyd Graham Jr. coming in and stepping up and becoming the more target. It's just, and then our defense, our defense made plays when we needed them to do it. And they've done that consistently all this season, and they've done it last season. And for that reason alone, that is why I expect us to win it all this year.
All right, and Mr. Yates.
Just to expound on what Ivory said. One goes down, we all stand up. We all, like we said, we are family. We always sit in the locker room and listen and look at all the bulletin board fodder everybody gives us, and we use it as fuel. So when we get it as fuel, we get one of these. So in order for you to come and get one of these, you got to come get it. You know what I mean? We're not going to give it to you. We expect to win. We're going to try to win. And then even if you beat us, we still won.
Hold on, show me the ring again. Show me the ring again. One more time.
I'm sorry.
So pretty. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just needed to do that. We don't gloat and we don't talk about it, but we've been talked down so much when I first got here. And it feels good to be the team that everyone is trying to pull down. It feels good. And like I said, to be a champ, you got to be a champion. You got to do champion stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not even going to cuss anymore. We welcome the challenge. Welcome to the playoffs. Baltimore lives here. We've been here. Have a seat, have a drink, have a good ride. Because if you slip, we're going to eat you. That's how we feel. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. That was it. I want to thank y'all so much. But as I let you all go, I want you to end things off. Normally I say with a song or a poem or a simple shout out. But I want you to end things off with something that you want to say about the league. Maybe something that has happened over 100 plus rookies that we have. Maybe a shout out to them, or some advice for them, or with our new partnerships that we've gained. I want you to just kind of mention something about that, and as you're leaving. And LeBron, since I know you're the sleepiest right now, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay. I would love to give a shout out to King Rashid. He out there doing his thing. He picking off. When I first came into the league, everybody wanted to be on the offensive side of the ball. And I was always preaching defense. And the young man comes in, he does his thing. And I really do think he should be Rookie of the Year. He's been that good. I might not say a lot, but I watch almost all the games. You see me jump in and out. So he's been doing his thing.
I definitely agree with that. He has. All right, Ron. Thank you.
All right. I'm gone.
All right. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
All right, Ivory.
Well, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my wife, my kids. They support me in my endeavors, and I want to thank the Lord, God, my Savior, for the many blessings that He's given me, and being able to participate in this league. I am so impressed with how much this league has grown in the different partnerships, and it continues to grow. My hope and my wish is that one day we're actually seen on the main TV station like NBC or something like that. And it'd be kind of cool to say, oh man, I was on national TV and get that notoriety, because it's so fun. And you look at the NFL and the other leagues, and it's kind of like, there's some tampering there, but to watch it and see what the league is about is very interesting. So I'm pretty much here to stay, to participate, because this league continues to get better and better each year. So that's my spiel.
All right. Thank you so much, Ivory. I appreciate you being here, brother. All right, Mike.
Shout out to Soto, by the way, for the Wu-Tang shout out, because now I like it raw playing back in my head from Shimmy Shimmy Ya. So one of the main things is the league brought in Rare Drop, and I'd like to give a shout out to Rare Drop too. The owners that work over there are really great guys. I know a lot of them. They have an event coming up that they run called GCX, and the main thing, if anyone goes to Rare Drop website or the GCX website, they'll see that it raises money for kids for St. Jude through Twitch. So that's something that I hope that in the league one day is we can work with them and find ways to utilize more things for charity in this league. I know it's a hard thing, but especially for St. Jude. And shout out to the minors, like you said. Shout out to the Lynx and pretty much everyone in this league. Can we just quickly realize, what was it, like 18 in this league went 7-5 this season? So shout out to all the coaches out there. Like, people did a ridiculous job, especially like Tulsa and their staff. Man, nobody thought they would do that. So shout out to them. Good squad, good people. 7-5. Sorry you lost, DC. I revenged you. It's my wife, by the way, is the tight end for DC. So, yeah, there we go. Thank you, Ash.
So, Mike.
I'm not gonna listen to this. What are you gonna do?
You never know.
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna say, since you playing the Wu-Tang, OD would say, do it.
And Shimmy Shimmy Yo, the lyrics actually, like, one part of the lyrics actually say pass it around. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Greg is going to spread that ball around. He's probably put some quads out there, and he's going to go nuts.
He giving him a game plan. I feel you. Go ahead, Greg. Let us know.
Maybe, you never know. No, I mean, for the league, really, now helping out down in the minors, just advice for the minors, make sure you get your progressions in. Build your guys up, build your players up. If you could build your player up and kind of be a voice in the minors and help out any which way you can. Learn how to scout, and just listen to the people that are down there helping. And then Go Flight on Friday. The team that I'm helping coach with Art Vandelay and James Vultures from Vancouver. And then, just for us on Saturday, we're ready to go, and we're hyped up for this weekend, and it'll be a fun 2 games to watch this weekend. So thanks for having me on the show, Ashley.
Indeed. Y'all can always come back whenever you want to. Don't make it 2 and 3 years, as some people say.
It's all right. I'll be back next week.
All right. Because I am going to have a winter zone next week, so we're going to see. You used to play for Annapolis, right?
Yeah, I did actually. Actually, that's who we're playing Friday. So I kind of feel bad that, but business is business. So I got to sink the ship this Friday. The ship that I rode on into this league, I got to sink it this Friday.
Well, let me know how that worked out for you. I'll be watching.
All right, you got it.
Tyler, lastly.
Oh, so where to begin, right? Let's start about what this league is about, right? A creation of our own NFL, right? So let's start with all the creators, right? We've got written content, Jacob Clear, the newspaper, Swamp Talk, Ross Napoli and company, and then you got shows like yours, Ashley. You got SFL Nights with AJ Stryker. You have Road to Glory or Access Live with Dave Axis. And of course, you got Net Money. You've got so much more. You got Say It With Your Chest with Eddie Gage and Inside the League with Nelson Lozano. Hopefully that comes back soon. But there's so many people that make up what this league is. And we provide so much content. It goes to show what this league has really become. And we can't talk about Rare Drop, Laser, Esport TV or anything in the SFL without it going back to one man. And that is, of course, the SFL Commissioner, Cameron Irvine. If literally he did not have this idea, his brainchild to make all this happen, we wouldn't be talking about season 18 championship game, semifinal game that is on national TV. Next season, we're going to be on international TV on the official esports television network. It's crazy where this league has gone. It is Cameron Irvine who makes this league. He produces every single game. He does so much for this league that is not seen and has to talk to everybody. He is open, available, and willing to chat with you. This league is truly phenomenal. From the top all the way down to the player who just sits in the locker room, talks to everybody, but maybe just doesn't really want to do anything else, just wants to see their player play on Saturday or Sunday. And that is what this league is all about. So if I'm not back here next week, we're gonna give Baltimore hell, all 44 minutes plus if need be. But hopefully we're back here next week. But like I said, I have mad respect for all 4 teams here remaining, including Lone Star, even though I did say they'd go 2-10. They've really just kind of like Tulsa, really played well this season, and kudos to everybody. Baltimore, again, I tip my cap to you guys week in and week out because of the professionalism of what you guys provide to the league and what you guys put on the field. We're coming for you.
Hey, Tyler, do me a favor and say that Arizona's going 2-10 next season, okay? So we can make it to the playoffs and semis.
Can I say something, Ashley?
Yeah.
I was going to let Tyler slide the whole show, but I can't. I can't. Did you know that last week he put LSG number 8 in his personal? He put us at the 8th rank personally. That's his personal rank. 8. And what did I DM you? You didn't DM me back, but I told you I'm going to make Sioux Fall pay for your personal thing of putting us at number 8. So bring out another one this week. Let's see what's going on now. It's all in
There's
fun.
only
Hal, I
four.
know, but,
There was only 8 teams to choose for. Then only 4 to choose from this weekend. You think I'm putting
Yeah,
you
of
over
course.
Louisiana
You
or
gotta put us
Vancouver or
at number
Baltimore?
8.
You got another thing coming.
Put LSG at number 1, please.
With this week, Ivory. Ivory, I just want you to know, Tyler, this is the type of person you're dealing with this week, Ivory.
Well, Greg, you know me. I don't talk. I just go out and play my game.
Good. So go ahead, take care of Tyler for me, please.
All right, gentlemen.
Won't he do it?
You realize, Greg, if you guys somehow end up beating Vancouver, we take down Baltimore. You got to come to our house to play for the championship.
No,
game. You know
don't get
that,
to piss
right?
him off. No.
Are you what position do you play, Tyler? I mean, you're an afterthought at some point. So
Okay,
what position you play?
Okay. Mike Bryant plays free safety. He was on a double-digit game in a row.
So you'll
with
be
a
on my
winning
side.
streak throughout this entire season.
You'll be on my side. Okay, good. If it's not this year, Tyler, I'm gonna try to let's talk to Cam to make that happen next season.
Okay.
Oh, we can put in requests?
Yeah.
Well, I request not to have Baltimore on us. Well, actually, we beat them this year, so we can do it. So, yeah, as a matter of fact, go ahead and bring Baltimore back. Never mind. Ivory, I'm sorry. I had to say it once. I mean, it surprised the hell out of us. We were grateful. You know, we knew Eddie had a good game plan, but, you know.
Well, actually, I have to say, Arizona, like, in the time I've been in the league and where you guys come from, you guys have gotten you made large steps in improving as far as your record. Arizona is a very good team, and I look at it. It's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time when you guys are going to get your shot and going to win it all. I think for us, it took that time for us to get there, because there were a couple times where we came up short, but a lot of times we won it all. And it just takes time and establishing that core group of people. And from what I've seen and look at transactions from every year, you guys are making strides there. So for you guys, it's a matter of time.
Hey. Yeah, I agree. You know.
And we still take things from Eddie. I mean, Baltimore's game was eerily similar to Arizona's game when they played London last season. Completely killed them in the all slants. So the league, you know, when you got someone like Eddie who people pay attention to and kind of say, hey, what did you do against those guys? You know, it's only a matter of time.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Definitely love to see where you guys are, but I want y'all to celebrate this. This is your time to shine. This is your moment, and I wish all of you the best of luck. I don't think I did a pick'ems because I didn't want to. I want to see. I really wish that I could. You know, it was a 4-way championship, but I can't do that. I got friends on all sides, so good luck, y'all. Okay. And I'll see the winners. I'll see the winners back here next week. All right. And we're going to say our goodbyes in 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Thank you to all of my guests that made time to be on the show. I know you guys are busy, and I really appreciate each and every last one of you for being here. And a special thanks goes out to my co-host, Mr. Nathaniel Diggs. You have anything to say to these wonderful people upon leaving?
Have a good evening. Thanks for showing back up. We got a lot more in store for you guys. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Indeed.
Everybody, I'm looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week. But until then, y'all, stay safe, treat each other well. Nathaniel and Striker out.